The year is 2010, and the camera industry was just turned upside down. Because just 2 years prior, in 2008, Nikon is not who I wanted to talk about. Canon dropped the mic with the 5D Mark II. This photography camera ended up revolutionizing the video industry, which is kind of crazy, because it introduced HD 24 frames per second footage with a large digital sensor in a compact camera body. We look back at this moment in camera history as very life-changing, but not everybody was stoked about the DSLR craze. And Panasonic knew that, so they took it upon themselves to build an insane cinema camera video production workhorse that would be their answer to Canon's 5D Mark II.
I'd like to introduce a true game-changing product, the new AF100.
A Micro Four Thirds video production camera that got folks around the globe glazing and crazing.
We know why you really came out. It's for this Panasonic AF100.
So what we're playing with right now is the brand new Panasonic AF100.
It has built-in physical variable ND filters, HD footage from 24 frames per second, which was a big deal back then, all the way up to 60 frames per second. It has 2 SD card slots, but you can also get a clean 422 HD signal from HDMI output or SDI output, and a ton of other features that we'll get into, but it also had audio production tools that were very professional and would probably make your grandma scream in crystal clear quality. And yes, this camera was Micro Four Thirds, whereas Canon's was full frame, but back then, Micro Four Thirds was considered a large sensor, and people were really excited about it.
Hi, I'm Jan Crittenden Livingston with Panasonic, and I'm the product manager of this sweet little camera next to me.
It's a small camera, but a huge sensor.
This gives us a very true cinematic look.
That's the AF100 in a nutshell. What else can I say?
I think the AF100 has been overlooked in terms of video production history and how it's impacted our industry. So I found a full kit on eBay for around $500. I also bought a lens separately that I'm really excited to try out. So let's open this thing. Similar to the last episode of Retro Review, this box also has peanuts in it, but that took me like 30 minutes to clean up last time. We're gonna be extremely chill and gentle this time. That's okay, I'm not stressed. Is that a matte box? More matte box stuff. Battery. Those are 15 mil rods. Hey. Oh my gosh, 2 more batteries? That's 6. Careful now. Always pull the knife towards your chest while you're opening stuff. It just gives you more leverage. Dude, this looks new. I bet this thing just sat on a tripod forever. All right, sensor reveal. Look at that large Micro Four Thirds sensor. Here's our cute little matte box. A lot of people don't know, but for filmmaking, these rods are really important for stuff like this. Yeah, it's just kind of something I've learned along the way. Not a lot of people know about that, but I would encourage you to try it out. I guess we'll open the lens now because I want to build this camera out. Oh, peanuts, dude. I'm sorry, we have to get some peanuts out. Oh, okay. All right, here's our lens. Lumix G, look at that logo. This is also in beautiful shape. It is the 12 to 35 from Panasonic. Let's try a battery, see if this thing has any juice. Give me the red light, Rosie.
Give me the blue light, Rosie.
Oh, baby. And she powers on. Look at that. We got some SIG. Oh, that's so nice. That lifts up all the way. Look at that. For all those wacky angles of your crotch. The SD cards go in there. The battery life, like from the factory, is supposed to be 4 hours, which is incredible. And the built-in ND filter. Why can't my cameras have this? Before I gather some tests of my own, I think it's time for another episode of Filmmaker Reacts. Hi, welcome back to YouTube's only channel that has filmmakers reacting to filmmaking things. Today's episode is actually captured on the AG AF100. I know, it's pretty incredible production over here. And today we're reacting to 3 different things that were shot on the AG AF100, even some real life movies. The first thing we're reacting to is a movie trailer for a film called Down and Dangerous. I haven't watched these yet, so we'll see what they look like.
Cocaine business is just like any other business. You got your importing, your
That looks
packaging,
good.
the quality control. This is your cut. I run solo.
Interesting. In this shot, you can definitely see the dynamic range of this camera can't fully capture highlights and shadows. I think that's probably one of the biggest struggles of these older generation of cameras. The old slowing 24p footage down. I love that. Back then it was way more common to just slow down 24 frames per second footage.
Get out of my face.
You got me in a pretty tight spot. Get out of my face. We're gonna save the coolest one for last, probably the most popular one for last, but now we're gonna check out a short film that was shot on this camera called A Verse Before Dying. This is on Vimeo, so you know the stream quality is gonna be sick. Oh, we got film grain, I'm stoked. Check out those highlights.
Send me some rain so I can cool them off.
These B-roll shots are sick, actually.
Cloud builds.
I feel like just from what I've researched about this camera, people were excited to have a large sensor in a digital video camera, and you can tell like all the like punched in B-roll shots. Like people were probably so excited to get that like background blur bokeh style shots from digital cameras. That's probably really fun to shoot.
I'm thirsty. Send me more rain.
Oh, we got a BA one-liner coming
Flood
up.
is a temporary thing. I'm what you might call power above.
Oh! Ooh, look at those flares. That's sick.
On the day of reckoning.
I don't want to spoil it, and I also don't want to watch the whole thing because that's too long, but I mean, this looks really nice. Now, let's check out the final movie trailer, which is a film called Raid Redemption. And actually, my buddy Nigel told me to check out this movie when I told him I was messing with this camera. So it was shot exclusively on the AF100. Same. This looks cool. Yeah, this camera just has a look to it that I like. Oh, that's a sick edit. What is happening? The Raid Redemption. There's some sound. Ooh. Yeah, that's why we want sound design. That was sick. I feel like trailers of this era are so hit or miss. They're either like pretty good or they're super cringy and weird. I mean, the footage from this camera looks great. That movie was shot exclusively on the AF100 and looks freaking fantastic. So now I'm feeling inspired to take this camera out and make a movie of my own. Gotta be honest with you, I'm about to do an ad read for Squarespace, but don't click away because we're gonna do an autofocus test and we'll see what the microphone sounds like going directly into this camera. Look, if you're watching this video right now, you probably love nerdy stuff. Cameras, filmmaking, photography, but if you're not marketing your own work effectively, it's not really gonna matter much how much of a nerd you are, because you won't be working much. I've been using Squarespace since 2015 when I originally launched my freelance business, and I can't stress enough that I loved using Squarespace way before they sponsored me. It's actually the easiest and quickest way to make a website hassle-free. You can just get one done, make it look professional extremely fast. This camera does have subject detect and face detect, I believe. This is not a phase detect autofocus system, but why is it kind of better than modern Lumix cameras? And if for some reason you've been living under a rock, basically all you do is you choose one of their pre-made stylish templates. They have freaking insane amounts of templates, and you can customize it with your own logo, your own brand colors, images, products, whatever you have in just a few clicks. And their whole updated system is now drag and drop. So if you just wanna try it, just go to squarespace.com for a free trial, which is amazing. And when you're ready to show it off to the world, like I'm doing with my site, go to squarespace.com/Zach Mayfield. You'll get 10% off of your first purchase of a website or domain. That's a pretty freaking good deal. You should definitely click it because you'll be supporting this channel and these goofy retro videos I do. So please do that, it would mean a lot. Thank you for listening to that little bit. Now here's a little short film thing I made yesterday with this camera.
I know I cover up my fault lines with silly putty, but the laughs gonna make the bad turn to nothing, but that's rubber I'm doing. All I say is stick to you, trying to get close to 50. Man, I ain't 22, no.
Can I do 2 Big Macs, 2 McChickens with cheese, and a medium fry?
God is good.
I'm still here with who I started with. Not your average artist, I am not the one to bother with. No, I am not the one to, no. And I'm still here with who I started with. Not your average artist, I am not the one to bargain with. competition, target practice. I don't see no targets hit. I fear God and that's all I fear. This is not a starter kit. This is not gas. This is Gucci to the cardigan. Down to the moccasins. This is not a brag. I can hardly care. Lately I've been bugging, buying clothes that I'ma hardly wear. Being broke is what I fear. I've been
So, the burning question, is the Panasonic AG-AF100 still usable in modern day standards? I would actually say yes, but not for everybody. I have to read this next part because it's kind of packed, but if you're looking for an all-inclusive video production camera that has a nice looking HD image, stabilization, insanely good battery life, HDMI and SDI outputs, timecode, a flip screen, a nice EVF, professional audio features, decent autofocus, no overheating, and all of that for around $500 in the current day, then this might be your camera. I think the biggest thing that's holding this camera back compared to modern technology is the codec, which is I think like 24 or 27 megabits per second, which is like nothing compared to modern cameras. When you are really pixel peeping, you can see this footage has a little bit of noise. It looks a little blocky if you zoom pretty far in. It's just not up to that standard of modern mirrorless or cinema cameras, but that's totally obvious. But if you need a workhorse video camera, maybe for multicam setups, I could even see this being a great camera for live streamers because of the HDMI and SDI outputs. Like for a gaming channel or something where the image is tiny up in the corner for most of the stream anyway, like this thing would do the job no problem, as long as you have a little bit of lighting. This camera is a complete package out of the box, but I'm not your mom, so I'm not gonna make financial decisions for you. I'm just here to give you a good time and a little bit of information. I guess the lesson, if there is one, is that there is no excuses gear-wise anymore. You can get a nice looking image and make good looking work for $500 or less. So I'm gonna need you to like this channel and subscribe to this video specifically. Follow me on Instagram for short and dumb stuff. Join our Discord server, the Mayfam, to get some nerdy camera friends. Watch out for deer because I've noticed around this time of the year they get extremely aggressive and I'm looking for one to brawl with. And please text me when you get home so I know you're safe. I've been thinking about you and I just want you to be okay. I love all of you so much and I hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you in the next video. God bless.